Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the inconsequential runner and today I want to revisit the S4. Now I've got a video a little while back with my first impressions of the S4. If you don't know about the S4, chances are you're not in Japan because the S4 was released in Japan only. There it is, that's where it says the S4. So I was lucky enough to be traveling through Japan with my beautiful wife and able to pick up an S4. I didn't know much about it. It was a bit of a gamble, but as I say, my first impressions are all in a previous video, but I loved it. Now, what I had done up to then was interval work. So fartlet work in my S4, mainly on the track. Blue track recently. Usually I run on an orange track or red track, blue track, so the blues come off. Tomorrow it's going to go back to red as I go to the local track. Where was I going with that? Oh, I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. Yes, I remember. It was I do all these in one take. Saves me a lot of time. Thank you so much for your patience. So I've mainly been doing track work. So the longest track work was it'd be like a 2K. It'll be a 5 lap sort of thing and less. So what I said in that video is let me try something longer and see how it goes. And I did a quarter marathon in them. So I'm reporting back on, are these any good for a quarter marathon? Short answer is yes. Worked a peach. Now I wasn't that great that day. I didn't, I was 1 minute off second place. I'm not going to tell you the time. But I ended up in 5th place. And the reason why I tell you I was 1 minute off second place is because I should have run at least, 2 or 3 minutes faster. So anyway, but I was way away from 1st place. Not going to happen. If you want to look up my time, go to and don't, because you're wasting your time. Your life's more important than this. But the 3 Bridges 2023 December quarter marathon times, look those up. And I'm 5th place, and then you'll know what my name is, I suppose, because I don't say it. But my coach does, Coach Mark says it. Not that it matters. Anyway, back to the subject. Come on, man. Friday afternoon ridiculousness. Okay, so the S4, Japan only, lucky enough to have a pair, absolutely love it on the track, took it on the quarter marathon. Did it work for that? Yes, it did. No dramas at all. So now, half marathon, I think you could easily use this shoe for a half marathon. Full marathon, not so sure. Okay, what you have got in this shoe is you have Flight Foam Turbo, you have a plate in it, and not a lot of outsole. So it is a light shoe. It's got good stack height. I don't know all the specs off the top of my head. I gave it in the first video, but if memory serves, it's something like a 6mm drop. The stack is, as you'd imagine, it's like the high 20s or low 30s up to the high 30s, like a 36, 38. It's pretty typical in terms of the modern day type of shoe. It's shaped like, and you can see that there, like some of the meta speeds, probably more the edge than the sky. Maybe, but there's only one version of the shoe, so don't get caught up on if you're an edge or a sky. In terms of wear on the shoe, it is, I don't know if you can see that, but that is over 200 kilometers old, though most of it's on the track. But yeah, there's like barely any wear. In fact, the only wear I've got is just down here where the outsole meets some of the exposed midsole. I love these shoes, love them. As I said, track session tomorrow, and I'm going to take them to that track session tomorrow. They breathe well, super thin tongue. I don't know, can you see my fingers through that? Yeah, you can. So that gives you some sort of idea on the upper, how thin it is. So, but yes, nicely, perfectly breathable. Fits really well. Sometimes with some of the racy type shoes, you lose some of the fit. You have to put up with something that's not 100% comfortable. This is comfortable. It's a good shoe. What I will say is you have to run relatively fast to get something out of the shoe, but it's pretty economic when you're up to speed. How have I used this shoe recently? I went to the National Masters Champs, so my age. Oh, go on, have a guess. Nope, you're wrong, unless you're right. If you guess 51, you're right. Otherwise, nope, you're wrong. Okay, 51. And so I did the 3,000 in it, and it was great for that. Did the 1,500 in it, and it was super great in that because I got a better result, got bronze in that. And the 800, yes, not the spikes. I didn't use spikes. I used this in the 800, got silver in that. This thing accelerates fast, good speed. Even I did the 200 meters for a bit of a joke because I don't train 200 meters to just see what I was like compared to the other freight trains that run that distance, and I got monstered. But I was tossing up whether I wear my spikes or these, and I wore my spikes. And do you know what? I regret it. These things, even though, I don't know, can you see how thin that outsole is by just looking at the holes? I mean, we're talking 1 millimeter, maybe 1.5 millimeters. It is thin as. This thing bites. This thing absolutely bites. So are you losing? You might be losing something using this instead of spikes. Maybe spikes, you'd have to say, have more bite. But I have not felt any loss of traction, and they have not let me down. If I was to run 200 meters again, probably go back to these. But 800 meters, unquestionably, over my Nike Dragonfly spikes, which I don't think I will use again. I will not use again. Certainly not over these in an 800. I'll say that again. My Dragonfly spikes, I will not use over these in my 800. These are my choice, far and away. I can run faster than these. This is a fast shoe, and it feels like a normal fast shoe where when you convert to spikes, everything sort of changes. If I was to race myself in the Dragonfly, one version of me has this, the other version has the Dragonfly. I know what I'm betting on, and it's the Asics S4. I love these things. Oh, Asics, release them to the rest of the world, or update the version and come out with something else, because everybody else is missing out. This is a great shoe. Anything from 800 meters up to a quarter marathon, so 10 point whatever Ks that is, 10.4 maybe. I'm giving it the big thumbs up. 10.8. No, it's not that much. 10.6, something like that. 10.55. I don't know. I should know. But I mean, how many quarter marathons do you run? They're all 10Ks, right? Goes from 10K. So thumbs up, 800 meters to the quarter marathon. I know these work. And I've run a lot in the Vaporfly 3, and I'd say tossing up between if I use this one or the Vaporfly 3, I don't know. I'd probably inch towards the Vaporfly 3, but tomorrow session, training, unquestionably, this shoe is way more comfortable. You feel better in it than you do the Vaporfly 3. Is one faster than the other? I don't know. I'd have to get a massive sample size of 50 runs in each to be able to, see if there's any significant statistical difference. But all you need to know is I love the shoe. I think you will too. If you use it for your fast training, it won't let you down. And I mean fast training. Like if I'm going to run to my fartlek sessions and run back, then I'll just take one shoe. And that will be the Super Blast. Does everything. Great shoe. That's a better shoe just because it does everything. But because I'm driving to the track, I won't warm up in these. I'll warm up in something like the Nimbus. It's very Asics themed, isn't it? Either the Nimbus or even maybe the Super Blast or the Nova Blast. There we go. There's your range of Asics. And then I'll flick into these for the track session, and then I'll warm down in something. I'll probably take the Nimbus because I enjoy warming down in those more, because the Nimbus just slows you down. It just has that, it if you run in it. It's got that real compression feel. It doesn't give you any bounce or anything. It just comforts your foot. So, and that's perfect when you're going for a slow run or an easy recovery run, just flushing out the legs, and you can just focus on form. That's it. That's the S4. Now, I know there's a lot of questions I haven't answered that you have, because the last time I did an S4 overview, that's what there were, a lot of questions. So if you've got questions, don't hesitate to ask them. Throw them in the comments below. And like the other S4 video, I will answer every single question. And if I don't know the answer, like how this compares to a meta speed, I'll tell you I don't know the answer because I haven't yet run in one of the meta speeds. So yeah, not 100% Asics, not yet. Anyway, there we go. The S4, great shoe. Asics, if you're watching this, and you won't be, not enough people watch this for it to reach Asics, but consider releasing it. Consider releasing it. But maybe rebrand it. S4 is cool, but go further, go sub 4. You know, get people thinking about that this is like, you know, your sub 4 shoe for your mile or something like that, because I think it deserves that level. Yeah. Your sub 4 trainer. Okay, that's it. I got nothing else to say. Good shoe, love it. Cannot wait for my session tomorrow. Part of it is because it's a great session, and part of it with a great coach, and part of it is because I just enjoy the shoe that much. All right, that's it. Any questions? Throw them in the comments. If you made it to the end, crazy. What are you doing with your life? I put together some of the worst videos, all in one cut. Saves me some time, but thank you for making it to the end. You're a legend. You're a legend. You deserve one more YouTube video. You do. But make sure it's not on politics. I watch too many of those. Make sure it's on running so it benefits you. Okay. Take care. See you later. Bye.